right, we're recording. Hi guys, it is me, Amanda, and I'm here with Miss Dina Doyle. And we
Hi guys.
thought it might be really helpful to run through a mock coaching call. So we talked about it a little bit over the weekend. I know a few of you guys hopped on the live. Some of you guys are still watching the training. This was one of the really big topics that was covered at the Leader Conference, and it's something that we hopefully can implement everybody across the board, especially with leaders. But the goal would be for anybody who's enrolling, especially if they're like an emerging leader, maybe senior stylist, something like that, that we could get as many people comfortable with these coaching calls, because if we're doing them from the beginning, then they will be comfortable, is the idea, is for them to be comfortable to be able to do them with new enrollees.
Yeah.
So we just want to hop right into it and just kind of give you a little bit of a backstory, and then we'll run through a little bit of a shortened version, but just hit some of the key points that both were covered at the Leader Conference and also are on this sheet right here. So this is a sheet that you can get right out of your back office, and it really is an awesome like Cliff Notes version to being able to run these calls. And I feel like they're not nearly as difficult as at least I made it out to be in my head. Now that I've been doing them over the last week since we've gotten home, I'm definitely already feeling more comfortable, and I think you will too. So if you hop right into it, use this as a guide, I think you'll definitely find some success with your team. So all I did ahead of time was I had sent Dina 3 questions. I had asked her what is her current goal with Color Street, and this depends on how often you're talking to them, but this could be really broad. Like, for instance, I want to make $400 a month, or it could be what she's doing at that time. So she said to me, this is what she responded, that she wanted to hit her first Jumpstart and enroll 1. So I'm only speaking for her right now because this is something I did ahead of time. So with every coaching call, I'm sending them a couple of questions. For now, I'm keeping it simple. I'm not trying to fill out this whole sheet. However, ahead of time, I would look up her rank. Now I'm pretending, I crossed off her executive director. Now I'm pretending that she's just a stylist and she's new. So I did look up her PV, and it's $75, like Dina Doyle would ever be at $75. But I have her at $75. I look up that to me is fine. What I want from her is her goal. I want to know one thing that she's already feeling confident about, or I'm doing a call with a brand new stylist tomorrow, and she really hasn't gotten her feet wet with anything. So I said, what do you think is going to be one of your strengths with this business? And then I said, what do you think you're going to need help with right from the get? Now, normally after that first call, I would say, what is one thing that's going well? What is one area where you see opportunity for growth? So I'm always looking for those things, and then that's how we're going to start the call. So we're going to hop right into what a call would look like. And you guys, I'm going to be referring to my notes because I want you guys to refer to your notes when you're doing calls. This is not something you have to have like memorized a whole spiel, because that's really not what a coaching call is all about. It's to really identify where your stylist needs the best support, and kind of give her some praise too for the things that she is getting, the things that she is doing to help work her business. All right, so Dina, let's hop right into it. Is your microphone on?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, Dina, I'm so excited to be chatting with you tonight. I am excited. You are launching your Color Street business. I know you've only been in a couple days, but what are your thoughts so far?
I am so excited, Amanda. I have never sold anything. I have, really no experience, and I'm just kind of coming in with this thinking, let's just see what I can do with this. Let's just see where we can go. And everybody's been so friendly and so supportive. I love all of the Facebook groups and all of the support already. I really feel welcomed. And so far, so good.
That's awesome. I do want you to know that our coaching calls, this is something that obviously you're brand new. I already saw, though, congratulations, you're at $75, which means you've already got a couple of sales.
Thank
But
you.
I wanted to share that coaching calls are only about 20 minutes. So
Okay.
just so we both stay on track, I'm going to set my timer on my phone.
Okay.
for 20 minutes. And if we hit 21 or 22, that's okay. That's kind of like our warning, but just want to make sure that we're valuing each other's time. And every time we do one, this will just kind of be what the standard is, just so we can both stay on topic. Cause I know
That sounds good.
chatty and then we won't get anything done. So I want to make sure I'm best supporting you. Okay. So what just really quick, like, why did you get into this? I know you said, I noticed you said that you had never sold anything. So what made you like click the join now button?
Well, I love the Color Street polish, and I had a party for my friend, and I wore Mardi Gras, and everybody was complimenting my nails like crazy. And my husband kept saying, like, this is pretty special, and so you might as well give it a try. And I really, at first, was really nervous. I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think I would, know what to do. But I figured, why not? I have nothing to lose. I might as well just give it a try and kind of see where I go with this. So really, the reaction I got from wearing it, I figured I'm probably going to always wear it. I might as well buy for myself and hopefully earn these for free.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. What I know you're just barely into it, but I know you said you've never done sales, and neither have I. Like,
Right.
I'm a teacher. I know you said you're a teacher too. I know we've chatted about that before, but what do you think might be a strength? Just judging by, you've seen your friend, you obviously seen me a little bit. What do you think some of the things that I do that you already see yourself like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to get that. So what are you thinking right away? Like, I'm going to feel good about, a little bit more confident about doing.
I think that I love Facebook. I'm on Facebook all the time anyway, and I'm really comfortable posting because I post all the time. And so I think I'm going to do okay with the Facebook page and the active involvement with that, because that's just something that I do anyway. And so I really do like posting, and I have, kind of feel like lives and things like that will be a strength, and that'll probably be pretty easy for me.
Okay, good. Awesome.
It's just something that I already do. So it's just like continuing it with a different focus. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, good. That's awesome. Because some people are nervous about that. So I'm glad that
Yeah.
you're comfortable with social media, because that can definitely be a roadblock. So just in the future, when you're, enrolling, if you decide at one point to grow a team, think about that. It's always good to know what they're already comfortable with, so you can help them play to their
Okay.
strengths a little bit. Just a little word to the wise as you're starting to share the product and whatnot. So I know you told me that your first goal was to hit your first Jumpstart, and you
Yes.
wanted to enroll one, which is awesome, which tells me that you've looked at the Jumpstart program. And can you tell me a little bit more about that? So you want to hit your first Jumpstart, so that's $1,000 in sales.
Leila.
You did, well, let me backtrack a little bit. You did say that one of your things that you may need some help with, though, is booking parties. So is that still kind of what you're feeling like is your area of what you're really going to need to focus on?
Yes. I just I don't know, what do I do next? I've got a shopping link. I've been watching the training videos on, you mentioned in a text to look at the back office
Yeah.
training center. So I've kind of been just looking around the back office page, and I've watched a few videos, but now I'm wondering, what do I do next? How do I start with booking parties? Should I have something at my house? Should I ask my sister to do something? What would be a first step for booking parties?
Okay. So one of the things that I know you're jotting down some notes, but this is honestly something that you will always want to keep. Yeah. So you
Okay.
have your book already. And I just wanted to share with you a few things in here, because this is still my go-to. So there's
Okay.
a lot of great information in here. I'm not going to go over Color 10 now. There is so much training out there. There's Color 10 videos that are really short. I don't know if you've checked one out yet, but I will definitely send you one just so you get an idea of what it is. But it's
Okay.
basically just a consistency with sharing both the product, the opportunity, or getting those bookings that you're saying that you want. So it's in here just like the Cliff Notes version. It actually kind of walks you through each letter. And like I said, I know
Oh.
I've personally done some training, and there's some really awesome training in the back office.
Okay.
So some of the things we'll go over for sure tonight. Some of the things are going to be a little bit of homework for you, and checking out color 10 is going to be one of them, because it's really important to build consistency, and booking nail bars is the best way. Yeah. So that color 10 is perfect.
Okay.
There's another spot in here though that I wanted you to check out, and I should have already, oh, here it is. So there's right in that color 10, the first word is connect. Okay?
Yes.
And the reason that I want to show you this page is because if you're going to have this with you, or you don't have to do it on this page, but I don't know, I know I mentioned at one point a frank list. Have you had a minute to get that frank list filled out? So before we even talk about how to proceed with bookings, have you had a chance to write down a few ladies? I always suggest 10 in each category, but friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids. And then I've also heard it lately with S, so social media, people you've met,
Yeah.
other nail bars. Have you had a chance to make that list?
I did. I made my frank list, and I just kind of was thinking of people who I know would love it, and I was thinking like of just like some family. So it's kind of just, I just jotted it down on a piece of like notebook paper.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's an awesome start. I would say your goal to grow your business is to diversify, which is the point of the acronym, is just to remind you to try to pull ladies from other from different groups, because friends and relatives are the people that we definitely kind of lean on the most, and they are awesome because they're going to support you no matter what. But I just want to encourage you, one of the things, and again, I'm going to get up to that bookings and have some support for you there, but the biggest
Okay.
key is to really think about different groups of women that you can reach out to, and don't discount anyone yet. So write any
Okay.
ladies that you can think of. I know you're a busy mom. I know your kids play sports. Think of even those women. Those probably fall more into acquaintances or the kid category, people you know through your kids. But think about people you're going to see, because remember, you're going to want to work this into your life.
Yes.
So keep, diversifying it is important, because when you get those bookings, and I know you're going to, you don't want to just be in one of those letters, because it's a little bit harder to branch out. So that's why I always point to the frank list first. And it's
Okay.
good that you got it started, but I would kind of continue. I think that might be a first step, is just to kind of make that list.
Okay. I'm going to do that when we get off the call.
Okay.
I am excited to see who I can reach out to, and I want to get that going right away.
Okay. So have you, so I know you have the frank list. Have you thought about, or I know you've done a little bit of training. I'm not quite sure which videos and things that you've watched yet, but have you heard any ideas about how to get bookings that you think you might want to try? Or, where are you at with ideas? Are you just not sure what to implement?
Well, I think I'm just going to ask my friends, like just to start. I think I'm going to have the first party at my house, like my own launch party, because I figured that way I'll be most comfortable at my own place. And I want people to try these on, because that's really how I fell in love with these, because it was at my house at a party and I saw everybody's reaction, and then I saw people's reaction to my polish. So I'm going to have that at my house. And then I figured from there, maybe I could book some. And then I'm going to ask people. And I think I'm just going to ask if they would just help me out. Like, I want to practice, and I want to practice putting samples on people. So I know that some people like the opportunity to offer support. And I think I'm just going to say to them that I'm just getting some practice and I would love their feedback. So that's kind of my take on this, is starting with my own home and then branching out by asking those who are there and people on my frank list if they want to have some friends over so we could practice and I could give them some samples. And then I do want to try a couple of Facebook parties too. I want to do both.
Okay. All right. That sounds awesome. So what I'm hearing so far is you're going to commit to making your frank list.
Yes.
Or completing it. I know you've already started it again, which is awesome. You know about a launch party, which is great. So I see that you have done some training. So you know about that launch party. Plus, I know your friend had a launch party, and while you weren't at my launch party, definitely that's an awesome way to start getting into some of those networks. So you're going to get that launch party. Now, I know you said in person. Now, I know we don't live close to each other, but what day are you planning it? Just so that way we can kind of check in and I can give you some support, through these coaching calls to make sure that you're, just supporting you in any way I can. Did you set a date yet, or are you still
I
working?
did. I'm going to do this Friday
Okay.
because I figured I'm just going to go for it. I want to hit my jump start. So
Mm.
I know I can't wait and sit on this. And I'm just going to put it out there. Whatever friends can make it, can make it. And if they can't make it, I'm going to still, give them a Tuesday sample. I'm going to share the link. But I'm really hoping that I can get at least 8 people over. So I texted and created a Facebook Messenger thread with 20 of my neighbors and friends and relatives. And I figure out of those 20, I should be able to get 8 people to come on Friday. And I'm thinking, I told them like 6 to 7,
Mhm.
like just like a demonstration, just like a short and sweet. That way they still have their evening open to do other things if they have plans.
Right. One thing, one thing I do want to, just as you're shooting for Jumpstart, that's an awesome goal. Jumpstart, as you know, the sales piece is $1,000. The enrolling piece, that's another piece. While you are so excited right now, and I know you love the product, keep that excitement and passion. Think of some friends that maybe would want to join you early on. I mean, I know I do it with, my sister-in-law sells. I have some best friends that sell. So I love doing this business. We travel, we do all kinds of fun things, but most of all, we have this little, they're like in another niche of mine, which I think is really fun. So consider that. But
Okay.
while we want to focus probably on booking nail bars, since that was your goal, because that's how you're going to be able to hit those goals, I just wanted to share, when I do my own personal goals, what I think of is our average nail bar is about $300.
Okay.
So when you're shooting for goals, for, if you want to hit jumpstart, that's $1,000, right? So I would say, shoot for those 4 nail bars. So you should more than get to that 1,000 if you can get that launch, and you're already going to do that quickly, and then work on getting the 4 bookings within your first month. And I definitely think you could hit it. So, if you've got a target number, I know, the growth piece for you was the booking nail bars. Just keep that number in mind, because that will
Okay.
help you to hit those goals. So I work in batches of 300, but remember that's an average. So I try to overshoot my number depending on my sales goal for the month.
Okay.
Just something to keep in mind.
I will. Thank you. That's a good idea.
Um, yeah. So, Frank List, getting that launch party going. You've already talked about reaching out to some other friends. How many bookings are you going to try to get for this month? Like, what is your goal? Just so I can kind of write that down and check in and see where you're at that goal. So launch party. And then what are you thinking for number wise?
Well, I'm going to do the launch plus 4
Okay. You're going to try for
because
the
if
4.
everyone
Okay, good.
says that works,
Yeah.
that's what I'm going to go for because it's tried and true.
Yep.
And then I'm thinking I can hit my 1,000. And out of all those nail bars, I'm going to be meeting a lot of people. And I do think that you're right. If I share my excitement and the fun of this, maybe 1 or 2 people from all of those nail bars will want to join.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. That's definitely, I think the biggest thing is just, you don't have to be an expert. Make sure, I know I was really worried about that in the beginning of, geez, I don't even know what the heck I'm doing. But
Yeah.
we've got an incredible, I know you already said it because you've been in some of the opportunity groups. You see how the culture is. It's
Yes.
always supportive. So, never feel like you're not going to have that support, because we'll definitely have it. So
Okay.
let's go ahead. We may as well wrap up the call. I think we've covered a lot of the things, and you have some homework to do for sure. Just what is your number one takeaway, like something that you're going to try immediately? And then what are you going to try over the next couple days, just so I can check in with you. And then by the next call we have, I'll check in with you before then. But what are those things you're going to hop off and do within the next day or two?
I'm going to use this more. I really haven't been looking in it, to be honest with you, because I got the kit and there was so much to look at, and I was really looking at the packs of nails. So I need to look at this. I'm going to look at the color 10, and I'm going to create a more organized Frank list, because that was just scribbled down names. But
Okay.
I'm going to actually create a nice organized Frank list that I can refer to. I might even do it on my computer and kind of have that as my like screensaver or something like that. And I'm going to like peruse through this and look at the color 10. I think I can make that happen.
Okay, all right, that's perfect. So before we go, and this is awesome. We had 20 minutes, and we're just about at our 20 minutes. We've got a few minutes to go, but that's great. I think you have plenty to do. I definitely don't want to take up extra time. But are there any questions that you have with the last minute or two? Anything that you can think of that's been on your mind?
I guess I just feel like, what if I don't get those parties booked? Like, I mean, I can say I want a Launch Plus 4, but what happens if the people are busy or they're like, oh, I already have had parties and I don't want to do another one. Like, what should I do if I can't get them booked?
So one thing I absolutely love with Color Street is, and this kind of goes back to the Color 10, but Color 10 is just consistency with reaching out. And while nail bars are our number one for sure, there are some other things that have worked with other stylists. Would you be open to those ideas? Just
Yes.
an idea or two. I don't want to put too much on you. I don't want to overwhelm you. Are you okay?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm good.
Okay, so one of the things that also works, and this little guy, which I know you just had your kit, but this is literally like a game changer for being a Color Street stylist, I think, compared to any other company, because we can offer samples. So in addition to just reaching out to probably your warmer market, as you mentioned, like your close friends or family, because you can kind of say, hey, you know, even a coworker, you can probably maybe coax into helping you out a little bit. What's really going to work moving forward is either talking about like a girls' day, you know, so think about different ways to have nail bars, but also we can just offer people to be like trying out samples. We call them testers, like almost to be a tester. So I'll say something like this. Um, I can message this, you know, hey, Dina, it's Amanda. I just started a Color Street business. I absolutely love the product. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of it. It's dry nail polish. It is a freaking game changer. I have samples and I'm trying to get them out to 10 friends and family whom I trust their opinion. Would you mind being a tester for me and giving me your honest opinion? Or sometimes I'll say, give me your honest feedback. I'll message you that script, but it's
Okay.
really short. Sometimes when I say it's a little more wordy, but you can offer samples. And that way, when people start to get the samples, they'll want to book a nail bar. So don't forget about just the one-on-one. I mean, we are a party planning business, and that's how you can expand quicker. But if you're hitting a wall with booking nail bars, you know, don't forget about being able to offer them in different ways and being able to mail these or take these to the basketball game or take these to, you know, whatever, and just start to, you know, wear something fun. Like you said, Mardi Gras, wear something fun where they're going to take a look at your nails, and, you know, then you're able to give them
Yeah.
a sample. So, you know, just think of multiple ways that you can just weave Color Street into your life, but also those ways that you can connect one-on-one, and that will also help you to book the nail bars. So just some
Okay.
other ideas. You know, I don't want to overwhelm you. I know it's crazy in the beginning. You're in 1,000 groups, you know, you're doing all kinds of stuff, but honestly, I loved that you were focused on bookings right when you messaged me back, what your goal was, because, or what you had to work on, because I think you understand that is our model. And if you get that down from the beginning, this is the hardest part, I'm not going to lie, is your warm market. You know, once you can get into their networks, you know, even two sisters or two cousins have different networks. So they are going to overlap certainly in certain areas, but anybody who will give me a yes or a yes, I'll, you know, even if it's a referral, doesn't have to just be a nail bar, but the further you can get away, those networks then really, they're not intertwined anymore, and it's going to make it a little bit easier for you. So just, I suggest keep at it. Don't get discouraged. We talk to the team all the time. We do go for no challenges, because it's really hard in the beginning to hear no. It's kind of nerve wracking. I remember sending messages with like a pit in my stomach. Sometimes I'm still nervous. It's okay. The worst they can say is no, right? You're sharing a product with them that is just awesome, and it's very simple. You're not making any promises, you know, so just keep that in your mind, because it can definitely be daunting, you know, with reaching out to people. So just know everybody feels that way. All right. So can we get our next call really quick on, because
Yeah.
does this time next week work? If not, I do
Yep.
coaching calls. I've got my calendar in front of me so I can see, but I do coaching calls typically on Tuesdays and
Okay.
Wednesday evenings. And every once in a while I'll do them on a Sunday evening. So Does Tuesday or Wednesday work for you right about the same time? Like
I
8
can
o'clock?
do every Tuesday. So we're going to do a Tuesday, 8 o'clock for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. I'll just put it in my calendar on repeat.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. And what we'll do is for about the first month, we'll check in weekly. At that point, we'll reevaluate. Sometimes it's nice for you to be with another leader. So sometimes I'll pair you up with somebody else, maybe not even a leader either, but another person, because sometimes they have ideas that I don't. Oh, there's our timer. Sometimes they have ideas that, I may not, or we might change to every other week. We'll just kind of see how your business is going. And if weekly still works at that point, then weekly still works. So we just kind of see and evaluate. So put it on for the next month, and then each check-in, we'll just kind of get a feel for how you're doing, and we'll go from there. But I'm really excited. I think you're going to be awesome, and just the fact that you're already doing trainings, and now you're going to look at that our what we call our Color Street Bible. This is really going to help you out.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Yes. Okay. It was so great to talk to you, and we shall see you later.
Okay. See